All right, welcome you guys to season 1, episode 3 of Headphones and Head Wraps with Miss Arian Nicole and
Queen. Hey y'all.
Where we're keeping you plugged into the latest releases, artist activism, tech, and hot topics. How you feeling, Arian?
Hey, we doing good considering. I hope everybody's doing, as well as we can be.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on. We're gonna get into some of that.
Yes, yeah.
But we're gonna hit it off with our first segment here, Slap or It's a Wrap. And this is our segment where we're gonna review and listen to some of the new releases. I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen so we can get into our first song. Our first song is going to be by Reason featuring ScHoolboy Q out of the TDE camp again. And I'm going to bring it up and we'll check into it. Can you see the screen?
I can.
All right. All right. So that's the name of the song, Pop Stuff. And it's supposed to be a mini movie. This is Reason's first mini movie. So here we go.
Okay.
You hear it?
Yeah, I can hear. Yo, creative.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. That was about a minute of his hook and verse. I wanted to see if we can get a little bit of ScHoolboy Q in here. So listen to a few seconds of that too. All right, so that was Pop S by Reason and ScHoolboy Q. What are your reactions there?
Man, it's definitely a track for the time. It's a visual for the times. I'm guessing I'm seeing a different classes and maybe, I don't know what's going on with the visual, the brother in the business suit, something like that, look like he being stomped on. But I think it's like, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I was trying to get into the storyline of it.
Yeah, me too.
It looked like he was fighting himself.
Yeah.
He had the blank or the mask with the X's and stuff on it. And then he had the business suit side of it that was kind of mingling in with those, I guess, upper echelon, like that classism you were saying. So I was like, I was trying to think about it. I was like, I'm not sure what this exactly means. We have the street guy kind of battling his that upper echelon type thing going on there.
His wanting to be safe and fit in, looks like, because with the suits usually represent, fitting in, not causing too much trouble, and then he's flipped out, he got the, I don't know what that was, an AK or something, ready to ride out.
It's definitely a song for the times. I like the hook, just ride with my block, how that looped and looped for the hook. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the hook.
Yeah, I did. I tried to tweet him and ask him because he has a twin brother in real life. So I wanted to know if his twin brother played his opposite half in the video.
Oh, maybe so.
I don't know. I didn't get a response, so we'll never know if he played both.
Yeah, we can assume.
So okay. So is it a slap or is it a rap for you?
Yeah. Reason you slap.
Yeah. Oh, he redeemed himself. Yay!
That's slap.
Yeah, I definitely think it slaps also. Woo-hoo. All right, so we'll go on to our next song. New release. It's by The Weeknd featuring Doja Cat, who's also been in the news a lot lately. And the name of this song is In Your Eyes.
Okay.
I'll play a little bit of the first part, and then we'll try to figure out where Doja comes in. I think this is just audio, though. Okay, that was the first part, and I'm gonna skip to here. Let's see if we can find Doja. There she goes. Okay, In Your Eyes, The Weeknd featuring Doja Cat. What do you think?
Definitely an 80s vibe. Definitely, it's slow pace. It's a little slow pace, but I can definitely number one, I'm a sucker for 80s music, so I'm gonna say that number one. I am. But but yeah, it's like, I guess maybe after hearing, Reasons, I'm like, yeah, it's a bit slow paced. again, I can definitely imagine like shopping to this, and it's Doja Cat. I love her voice. I think it's a cool track. It's just it's 80s, definitely disco.
Yeah, it gives me a Michael Jackson vibe, like some of his music. Like I can definitely hear that in here. Doja,
Yeah, it's in that space.
I don't know. I'm kind of done with Doja from her other antics, so it's kind of hard to separate the artist.
Well, I think, yeah, because I haven't really been following the Doja Cat. I've heard so much about it, but you know what I'm saying? It got lost in the smoke of everything else going on, so I definitely want to go into that.
Yeah, sure. But just
this track,
song, I mean, it's cool. Like you said, I can imagine shopping, even hearing this in the background.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd actually play this for myself.
Definitely. Yeah, it wouldn't be for me. It'd be some background music, like I say, you know, shopping, but it's a cool vibe.
Okay, so a slap or it's a rap?
Well, yeah, it's a rap for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Sorry, Weeknd. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving with our last one by Miss Chloe and Halle, and they are signed to Miss Beyonce, and their single is called "Do It." And I have the video queued up here, so let's go. All right, that was "Do It," Chloe and Halle. What do you think?
Okay, I definitely love the vocals. I didn't expect, that, tonal quality when I, listen to the video. But yeah, I love that. I love the arrangement. It's definitely a well-arranged song. The production, I love it. I love their voices and everything. Definitely well-arranged.
Yeah, they are vocal beasts. Like their melodies are so beautiful. I've seen them do, I think it was the national anthem. And it was so beautiful. Like I love their voices. Their album is coming out on June 5th, and it's called The Ungodly Hour.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing the context of that. This song, it didn't put me in the mind of that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this song. It definitely slapped for me. It's something lighthearted, something fun, very pop. I like it.
Yeah. So the second time around, I guess I'll listen more into the lyrics, but so far, the melody caught me. I'll definitely say it slaps.
All right, that was the end of our slapper. It's a rap segment, and we're gonna move on to artists and activism.
Art and activism. All right, so we have Swizz Beatz to raise $1 million for hip hop pioneers.
Oh, yes.
I think that's very dope. So while chatting live with Joe Budden about the next potential versus battle, Swizz Beatz said he believes rappers should pay taxes to the hip hop pioneers, those that paved the way. And he said he wants to raise $1 million for each one, that contributed to hip hop. And he named veterans like Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang. The fact that we're not paying taxes on who started hip hop shows we don't effing really love hip hop.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's making a really big statement with that, because we don't take care of our pioneers. Like, you don't hear about them. In fact, if anything, you see more of our younger artists beefing with the older artists. It doesn't seem like everybody's embracing each other. So I like this. I like giving back. I like that he's trying to keep the pioneers at the forefront. So
yeah, I think it's definitely bridging the gap, like you said. I also think it's like the beginning of definitely taking care of our own, because we always have, artists screaming about exploitation and the money going out of the community and all these different things. So for us to have that focus of, empowering those who paved the way, I think it's actually a good idea. Just to raise those funds. I don't know how, we'll keep it going, but it's a start of a system. So I like it.
I like it too. I think Swizz Beatz is doing just phenomenal, groundbreaking work. Like from the start of the versus battles to this, it's a lot. So big kudos to him with his activism. All right, the next story we got up. Tekashi 6ix9ine donated $200,000 to No Kid Hungry nonprofit, but it was rejected.
It was rejected. And so let's get into that. So he attempted to send his donation. And they said, we are grateful for Mr. Hernandez, that's his name, generous offer to donate to No Kid Hungry, but we have informed his representative that we have declined this donation. As a child-focused campaign, it is our policy to decline funding from donors whose activities do not align with our mission and values.
Well, I definitely see their point. I mean, Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think, is a registered sex offender from some of the cases he has been involved in. I believe he was charged with having sex with a minor. So I understand why they might want to separate their brand from that particular donation. And
yeah, they said he didn't take the news well either.
Yeah, and if he can always donate anonymously. I mean, it didn't have to be a full story.
Right.
He wanted to help. So yeah, I mean, kudos to them for standing up for what, they believe in and what their mission statements are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what time it is. I know he can't be too salty about that. He should know, sometimes we do stuff and we try to clean it up with money, but I don't think that's going to work today. So kudos to them.
Yeah, all money, not good money. Next, well, we all know what climate we're in today with the murder of our brother George Floyd, and the ongoing case with the Minneapolis Police Department, right?
Yes.
Well, a lot of our artists have been stepping up and helping out. One was Drake. He donated $100,000 towards the national bailout, I believe. So
yes, kudos.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then we also have John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, who initially said she was going to donate $100,000, but there was a Twitter troll that came at her, and she doubled it. She was like, you know what? In fact, they need more money, so she's going to get donated $200,000, also towards bailing out protesters. So kudos to her too.
Kudos, yeah. Y'all better stop playing with the revolution. Y'all messing with us. We gonna donate more, troll.
Exactly. And that's what we like to see, those that have it to help out. Diddy, with his Revolt platform, decided to do a panel. I wasn't able to tune in, so I'm not sure how exactly it went. I saw some reviews of the panel. I think Riza Islam did a review of it.
Okay.
His video. I'm not sure if some of the others that I look at did reviews of it, but I like that Diddy is constantly trying to stay at the forefront of the movement with Revolt and making things, because he has a platform like nobody else really. Like everybody's gonna see the issues from his platform. So I like that he is, trying to cover real news and not
consistently. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kudos to Diddy. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna try to share this screen because our girl Beyonce also has stepped into artists in activism. We're gonna bring it up. That's our meeting notes here. And boom, Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce is urging fans to sign a petition for the senseless killing of our brother. So we're gonna watch what she said on Instagram. Now, I'm not sure whose video this is that I'm sharing right now, but they have the video.
Okay, they have the footage.
Yeah.
We need justice for George Floyd. We all witnessed his murder in broad daylight. We're broken and we're disgusted. We cannot normalize this pain. I'm not only speaking to people of color. If you're white, black, brown, or anything in between, I'm sure you feel hopeless by the racism going on in America right now. No more senseless killings of human beings. No more seeing people of color as less than human. We can no longer look away. George is all of our family and humanity. He's our family because he's a fellow American. There have been too many times that we've seen these violent killings and no consequences. Yes, someone's been charged, but justice is far from being achieved. Please sign a petition and continue to pray for peace, compassion, and healing for our country. Thank you so much.
Okay, that was Miss Beyonce. What did you think of her video?
Well, I immediately picked up on the fact that she said, yes, there's been arrest, but, more still needs to be done. Mm-hmm. I really like that because a lot of times, when there's arrest, we kind of tend to fall back a little bit, but no, because the cycle keeps continuing. So I really like that.
Yeah, I like that she's using her platform also for activism, because some artists are going radio silent right now. We don't hear anything from them. They're trying to stay neutral, but obviously we're in a situation where there is no neutral. You have to take a side. And so I like that she's using her platform in that manner.
Absolutely. Way to go. Way to represent artistic freedom.
Yes, yes, for sure. And like I just have to add to that too. Like you said, a lot of times they're slow to arrest. And when they do arrest, that's not a conviction. And then I think at the time she made this video, had only been one arrest, but there was 4 officers that were involved in that situation. So I like that she's pushing for that, and that she's urging her audience to sign a petition and donate.
Right. We need to see convictions, but we also can use our protest energy to start organizing locally.
Yes.
You know, across this country. And so to have artists speak out like that, it just, you know, it really helps to that. But like I said, I like the fact that she said, let's go beyond the arrest. Please, let's go beyond the arrest. Yes, let's get to the conviction. And then more so after that, organize and use our protest energy in our communities to build them.
Really? And now that, I mean, I'm just bringing this up right now, but now that you're saying local artists, we should probably get on some of the artists from the Artist Collective that are active with the Phoenix LOC and kind of talk about what we're doing here locally in Phoenix.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things, yeah, we can talk about that, but one of the things that we are doing is organizing our artists to do, like, you know, some interviews on, you know, what they feel, you know, is going on, but also organizing actual music business that will control our narrative, and, you know, it will be absent of exploitation of our narrative.
Yes, 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 for sure, for sure. Okay, I think that's all we had for artists and activism. I'm sure other artists are doing more. There's probably countless donations. Those are just the ones that kind of came by our timeline. So please excuse us if we left out your fave artists. In fact, you know what? On our Instagram page, I believe it's at Headphones and Head Wraps, right? On Instagram. Leave us DMs or comments underneath our videos and let us know other things we can add to the video, and we'll definitely put it in the description box below, all the updates, because things are moving fast, as everybody knows. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our
hot topics.
First thing, our first hot topic is the versus battle. The one I wanted to kind of talk about, because I think there's been like 2 or 3 more verses since this one, is the Luda versus Nelly battle. But since Luda versus Nelly, there has been the gospel one. I did catch clips of that with Kirk Franklin and I think Fred Hammond. And then there's been the reggae one.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one either, but people were like resharing, recapping. I was like, reggae, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, some of those I'm gonna pull up the video for later and kind of catch up. But Luda versus Nelly. Let me show this. Let me share this screen here and show you guys this versus from Versus TV on Instagram. This graphic they had up and why they decided to match up Luda and Nelly. Here it goes, right here. Okay, so this is kind of why they decided to match them up. They went against the Hot 100 #1. So Nelly had 4 and Luda had 5. Top 100 top 10s, Nelly had 14, Luda had 18. Top 100 hits, Luda had 56, Nelly had 36. Billboard 200 #1s, Luda had 4, Nelly had 3. Billboard 200 albums, Luda had 11, Nelly had 10. Grammy wins, they're tied for 3. US album sales, 14.5 million for Ludacris and 22 million for Nelly. US song sales, 19.5 million from Ludacris and 22.9 million from Nelly. And US on-demand streams, 1.9 billion streams from Ludacris and 2.6 billion streams from Nelly. So as you can see, these 2 artists are big, heavy hitters. What do you think about this matchup?
A good matchup, actually. It was definitely a good matchup. I think that I still somehow feel like, even though after seeing these numbers, I just feel like Ludacris still, for some reason, isn't really getting the credit that, you know, he deserved. I think he just came, like, he's just so loved. I think Nelly, you know, has more like a commercial appeal.
Mm.
Yeah, Nelly had more of a commercial appeal, but Ludacris, you know, pound for pound. Like, that's my boy right there. I was Team Luda.
Okay, so in round one of this versus battle, Ludacris came with a feature, Welcome to Atlanta. It was Jermaine Dupri featuring Ludacris, Welcome to Atlanta. And Nelly went against him with Jazzy Bass, Na 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 Na. You have to sing it. So out of those two songs, which one do you think would win that round? The article I pulled up is pulling up Ludacris as the winner of that one.
Welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta. That was my jam.
Yeah, no, I like that one too. I think Ludacris would have won that first battle. Okay, in round two, Ludacris came with P Poppin'.
There you go.
Versus Nelly's Tip Drill. So out of P Poppin' and Tip Drill, who would you give that one to?
Well, I remember Tip Drill more than the other one. We can't even say the name. That's a little here, but yeah, I remember Tip Drill. Tip Drill was definitely a hit. I'll say Tip Drill.
Man, I remember both of those songs actually, and I'm gonna have to tie that one. I would tie it. Okay, round three, Ludacris featuring Nicki Minaj, My Chick Bad versus Nelly's Pimp Juice. Who would you give that one to?
Pimp Juice was comical to me. So I'm gonna have to give it to Luda off the strength of his delivery.
Man, I don't know. Like, all these are ties for me.
That Pimp Juice, it was like almost, I hate to say this, it's almost like, you do a song and I don't know. I just didn't, I wasn't feeling it, so no.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tie that one too. Okay, round four, Ludacris Ho versus Nelly's Flap Your Wings.
This is making me look bad for supporting Ludacris with all these damn titles. But it's something about that boy delivery. Okay, say the names again. What was the titles?
Ludacris Ho versus Nelly's Flap Your Wings.
All right, y'all know me. I'm gonna go with Nelly's Flap Your Wings. I
think I'm gonna go with Nelly's Flap Your Wings too. So around this round four, I guess, is when Nelly started having the internet connection problem.
Yes.
I guess the best versus battle technically, as far as like streaming and the sound, has been the reggae one from what I'm hearing. But Nelly was saying that there was some kind of storm going through, so his Wi-Fi was in and out and whatever was going on. But they did come back with round five, where Ludacris came up with Saturday Ooh Ooh and versus Nelly's City Spuds Ride With Me. I don't know Saturday Ooh Ooh by Ludacris. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Have you heard of that song, Saturday Ooh Ooh?
I think I recall that because I remember tuning in. I was like, oh, this is one by Luda that I'm not really familiar with. But like I say, I'm biased. I just like his energy.
Yeah. Well, they're giving this one to Nelly. Ride With Me was classic though.
Yeah, Ride With Me, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give that one to Nelly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, round six. Ludacris came with What's Your Fantasy? And Nelly came with Country Grammar. Now that's, I know that's a hard one. That is hard. That one is hard. Man, this is so nostalgic for me because I'm like, this is music we heard.
Right.
Oh, yeah, like, I love this. I don't know, that would have to be a dang tie for me. I mean, how you gonna put What's Your Fantasy with Country Grammar? Like those.
That, I know, I'm with you on that one. That's a tie.
That's a tie. All right, round seven. Ludacris Roll Out versus Nelly featuring Ashanti, Body on Me.
I like Roll Out.
Roll Out.
Roll Out.
Yeah, I mean, Nelly and Ashanti did some good music. I did like that, but I think Roll Out would definitely beat Nelly in that round. Let's see, how many rounds were there? It looks like they went all the way up to 15 rounds. So we'll do a few more, and you can tell me who you think got it. Round 8, Ludacris, Splash Waterfalls versus Nelly featuring Jaheim, My Place. I don't remember those songs, honestly.
I know I will have to, I remember the title of that one with, I just have to recall it. I know Splash Waterfalls was a hit. And I think both of them were. I mean, of course they were, but
I feel like I remember My Place more than I remember Splash Waterfalls.
sang the hook. No.
I know, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. So I'm gonna skip this one. I won't give it to anybody. This article's giving it to Ludacris. But it's whoever y'all like, right? All right, round 9. Sierra featuring Ludacris O versus Notorious B.I.G. featuring Diddy, Nelly, Jagged Edge with Nasty Girl. I don't know. Which one do you think?
They taking me back. Like, you can't do Notorious B.I.G. all that. Dang.
I know. Why did I know? It's like you knew they had those features, but it's like, oh yeah, they did have those features.
Dang. I might have to give it to Nelly for just the classic of it. You know, that's classic right there.
I'm going to give it to Nelly too. Round 10, Nas. You got a Nas one. Nas featuring Ludacris and Jadakiss, Made You Look. I went back and
that was my jam.
And then Benny Siegel and Freeway featuring Nelly, Rock the Mic. I'm giving this one Ludacris.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that to Ludacris. Even though I love Beanie Siegel and Freeway, that means so hard. That's that East Coast love, but yeah, Luda.
Luda, it Made You Look. I pulled that one back up and I was like, why did I forget he was on there?
Man.
Remix. They were both remixes, but yeah, that was good. Round 11, Nelly's 1,000 Stacks versus Shorty Low, They Know. I don't remember. This is some real country stuff. I don't.
They're going deep into the hood, Pop the Trunk classic.
I know. Okay, so this one was kind of classic too. Well, they're all classic. Luda and Nelly are classic. But Jagged Edge featuring Nelly, Where the Party At?
Hey, where the party at?
Ludacris, yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Now, how they going to put those up against each other? Come on. Now, I wore that song Where the Party At out like, oh my God, I probably listened to that like 2 or 3 hours down straight one day. I remember. What was it like?
Tell me you didn't burn out, yeah, with Lil Jon.
Oh, and do you know a little secret? So, you know, Lil Jon, he produced, yeah, but there was another one that was similar to that. Please tell me you remember. So it was dun, 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 right? But it was another song he did that was similar to that. We got to save it for another show. But what happened was he just took like one instrument out and it became a whole nother hit.
Oh my God.
So he had 2 hits. He just took, yep.
Who would Lil Jon be good with a matchup with? I'm just thinking about that right now. Like, who could he versus?
What? You know, who's that one guy? I mean, he's long gone.
We're gonna need a Lil Jon versus. I'm gonna tweet.
He in his own lane right now. DJ Khaled.
I know, Lord, not Lil Jon and Common.
You know, I'm like, who? I wouldn't know.
Man, just round after round, they just went for it. Round 14, Air Force Ones versus Southern Hospitality. Like, Air Force One's really put Nelly on the map for me.
Yeah, Air Force One. Yeah, they did it. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. That's that commercial appeal because that definitely was a plug of how everybody rocking Air Force Ones.
Exactly. But Southern Hospitality was a huge hit too for Luda. So I don't know.
This was a good matchup.
It was just a good matchup. Round after round. I mean, Move B. I know people don't like that one. that title, Move Beatch from Ludacris, but it's classic.
That's classic.
And it was versus Hot in Here by Nelly, and Hot in Here was classic too.
That was classic too. Well, let me think. I know because both of them, you would just randomly say it anywhere.
Yes, you know, ooh, get out the way.
Yeah, we used that for a long time. That one is almost like the Nuck If You Buck.
Hot in Here was classic too.
I know.
I don't know. In fact, I just saw a video of some of the protesters when they were lined up against the police playing Ludacris's Move, Get Out the Way.
All right, so that's a win because you could play it in the protest. There we go.
Yes, they were playing in the protest. I was like, I love our people. This is crazy. But anyway, that was just a quick little summary. I didn't go through all of the rounds.
Yeah.
We had a few more rounds of that battle, but that was just pure love. I love that versus battle. I do want to catch up with the gospel one soon. I only heard a few snippets of it.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, I saw a few snippets of it.
All right. So next hot topic. Future released an album, High Off Life. It went gold in a matter of minutes. It was a 21-track LP.
Yeah.
High Off Life also housed several previously released songs, which ultimately pushed the album into gold status less than an hour after its release. Now, I've been seeing a lot of artists do this tactic where they release like a single or a couple singles, and if they become real popular, then they put them in their project.
Yeah, I know Nicki Minaj did that. Yeah.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B did the same thing with Bodak Yellow. Bodak Yellow was released like almost a year to almost 2 years before she dropped her album, but she put that with her debut album. Is it a numbers game? Is that what they're doing when they do that?
It's definitely a numbers game. Y'all do what y'all got to do to satisfy these contracts. We need y'all. Do what you got to do, okay?
For real. So that was honestly, I'm not a big Future fan, so I probably heard the singles. I didn't really listen to the album. Did you hear anything off the album?
I probably didn't know.
All right, well, if you're a Future fan, tell us something good to listen to with Future off his album. The next hot topic, Lil Yachty.
So I will say this though, High Off Life sounds real good, like it's in a good direction. Thank you. Not High Off Percocet, High Off Life. Thank you.
Yeah, I do like that. He is taking a new direction with his music, because he was one of those that were kind of pushing the perks and the lean and all that stuff, and he has taken a new direction. So big ups for Future for that. Next hot topic, Lil Yachty is dropping his project. I haven't heard from Lil Yachty in so long, so I didn't get the name of the project yet. I just got the date. It's supposed to be coming out this month on the 29th, so we're gonna look for it. Because have you heard from Lil Yachty in a minute?
I haven't. If y'all know something about him supporting the protests or something like that, then go ahead and cop his album. Then I'll promote it.
Hey, it's a litmus test now. Like, where do you stand?
Yes.
Evie McKinney, she was the winner of The Four. The Four was the battling show with music similar to American Idol, like one of those singing type shows.
Yeah.
He came out with DJ Khaled. She's dropping her first album finally. It's going to be out this month on the 29th. She already released her single. I believe the song was called The Whole Hood With Me, something like that. It was a cute song. It was the song was kind of talking about when she makes it, she wants to bring the whole hood with her. It was really cute and upbeat.
Okay.
I love Evie. I follow her on Twitter on Instagram. She's always so positive, and she's always not scared to put God into her music and into her voice. She's always praying and stuff for everybody and stuff. I love her spirit. So I'm excited for her album to drop on the 29th. We are all going to check it out. I'm sure we're going to put it in the new releases when it does come out. Erykah Badu, let us know about that.
Yeah, so, we came out of Black Tuesday, hashtag Blackout Tuesday. There was a little bit of confusion there. A lot of people we were being silent and just posting, but like blacked out our profile pictures and things like that. And then it started circulating that this is not a time for silence, but it's a time to speak about Black issues, support Black businesses, and to just really, focus on the protests even further. And so this was posted by Erykah Badu on Black Tuesday. And she said, if the music industry wants to support Black lives, labels and platforms can start with amending contracts, distributing royalties, diversifying boardrooms, and retroactively paying back all the Black artists and their families they have built their empire on. F you, pay us.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons why I said, hey, whatever y'all need to do to satisfy y'all contracts, so y'all can get out of them and come on home, because it's a lot, that's still going on in the industry. That was a very good statement, to keep that message out there. So some of our youth don't continue to fall into the trap of trying to get, 360 deals, with labels or, stuff like that. So big ups to Erykah Badu for that.
Yeah, definitely big ups to Erykah. And I think she's speaking to what you brought up earlier. Like, okay, so where do we go after the protesting, after the, if there are riots, after the riots? This is talking about building something beyond that. So getting what they owe us first. Getting what they owe us. Not this is what they owe. And then also building our own. That's why when Erykah was doing her versus battle, she took it back to her own platform for like the after party with the DJs.
Absolutely. Yes, she did. And yeah, she did. And I would say too, like, when it comes to building our own, what we have to do is go ahead and take up that study, you know what I'm saying, and get our resources together so that we can implement these things. It just takes really, like study, access to resources and stuff like that. Because a lot of times we don't know, like we can do anything that they're doing, if we pull together.
Exactly. I did see that India.Arie also posted something similar to Erykah Badu, and actually she commented under this post here. I wish I still had the screenshot, but she was like, "I'm down." So you can see these artists are starting.
Let's go. Let's go.
You see the energy just flowing, so I'm loving it. That's all I had out here for. Did we cover everything? Artists and activism, hot topic.
Oh, so we do have like stream increases. Like, speaking of the streams and everything like that. So a few songs that were increased during this protest was NWA's F the Police. Their streams nearly quadrupled amidst the nationwide protest. We also have Childish Gambino's This Is America. That's our 149% increase. They're playing that on repeat. And Kendrick Lamar's We Gonna Be All Right. They actually had that on blast out here in Phoenix during their protest. So that went up by 72%. Public Enemy's Fight the Power also. The Vanguard Charade. That was 122% jump. Killer Mike's Don't Die exploded with a 542% spike. And Beyonce's Freedom hopped up by 70%.
Okay.
So that's the music that's being listened to during this protest.
Oh, you even got James Brown's song on here, Say It Loud.
Yeah, James Brown, Say It Loud, yeah. What is that, a 455% increase. And Nina Simone's I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free. How it would feel. Wow. Yes.
Oh, I forgot I did hear that about Kendrick Lamar. I'm a stan.
I know. Yeah, TDE all up in here.
Pimp the Butterfly. I believe that's the one he won the Pulitzer Prize for. Is re-entered into the Billboard 200, I believe, or Billboard 100 because of all the streaming. So that's really dope. And like, this is speaking to what we need. Like, so art does need to reflect our times. We can't just keep making art or music that's, drinking and having fun. And I mean, there's places for that type of stuff, but we need to make art that reflects what we're actually going through, our actual time.
Yeah, I mean, in war times, you know what I'm saying, you want to be caught, with on the right, platform, in the right position, you know what I'm saying, not, drunk somewhere, not paying attention. So
we're gonna pull up Serafina's song soon.
Hey, pull that up when we got some more coming out here in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of brilliant artists, and that's what we're trying to do, take control of our narrative. So look out for that soon, y'all.
Yes. And also, this was a hot topic, Trina versus the internet. So Trina and Trick Daddy out of Florida have a syndicated radio show, I believe. And they were talking about the protesters and some of the few people that had started riots down there in Florida. Okay. I guess one of her friends' shop, she had a brick and mortar shop, was vandalized, during the protest. So Trina got on air and called the protesters and the rioters animals, and she was saying that they shouldn't have been let out of a zoo, were some of the comments she made. So of course, when people heard her comparing these people to animals and all that kind of stuff, she caught a lot of flack on the internet. So that's why I titled it Trina versus the internet. I think even Joe Budden kind of jumped in on Twitter and said a few comments towards her. A lot of people were trying to correct her on, especially that language, comparing these people to animals, like they didn't have a legit.
Did she clarify? Because I was wondering where, a lot of these comments, was coming from. I would hear some people, I saw somebody on my timeline saying something about some animals, and I had to check them real quick. But the thing is, who are you talking about here? Because I see, white activists, white protesters burning things, busting out windows, in AutoZone and all these kind of things. So who are you talking to? Mm-hmm. And I understand we might be enraged that, things are being torn apart or yada, 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 but we can't really blame, especially the energy of the youth. And then you also have to take into consideration sports and play have been removed from the equation. And, in the days of Rome, they would use those fights in the Colosseums to keep people's energy in the right place and not against the policies of the government. Mm-hmm. So now that we don't have, the sport and play to distract us away from these issues that are on our neck, people are like on 10 and they're ready, to deal. They've lost their jobs. Some people lost their homes. They were fighting in the stores over tissue. You got to think about what the people are going through before you call them animals who are responding. A lot of people are not sitting back on royalty checks. They're not able, to convince their landlords, hey, I don't have any place to, stay or anywhere to go, because some people are actually still being demanded, to pay their rent in full, just crazy scare taxes. You don't know what we're going through. So we really have to be careful with our words. But if you don't open up your mouth to fix your mouth, against the people who are causing this, we really can't talk about the response and the reaction to it.
Exactly. I think one quote I saw was, I'm more concerned about broken necks than broken windows. Like, we're placing too much value on material things and not on human life. And like you said, people, it's just really been a divine judgment right now on America, because we've had this whole situation with COVID-19, like you said, that has destroyed our economy. People have lost their jobs. People have lost everything, really. Some people have lost literally everything. They don't know how they're eating next week. And we were kind of mocked, in a sense, by giving a $1,200 stimulus check.
Right.
That really wasn't able to sustain hardly anybody. Like you said, that might have paid their rent for a month. It might have bought some groceries, but what are they going to do the next day? Yeah,
what you're going to do, the next day, and then make it so bad, Trump's talking about the governors are being weak, and then, they need to turn up the firepower with the National Guard and things like that. It's a slap in the face. It's just, people are outraged.
Yeah, people are outraged. And so that was just showed that she was very disconnected, it seemed like.
That is a bit of being disconnected. I understand. Now, let's keep this in mind, too. You have to take into consideration agent provocateurs. Mm-hmm. Who are, making things, blowing things out of proportion to get people caught up.
Yeah, and I've seen videos of the protesters trying to stop that at the same time. You mentioned you've seen some people, the agitators, come amongst the people that are peacefully protesting and try to incite riots. I've seen video footage of, as probably everybody has seen because it's being spread all over the internet now, of somebody driving into a crowd of peaceful protesters and trying to set off fireworks so that it sounds like somebody's shooting or something, or just launching fireworks at the police, but it's really only one person. And the protesters around them try to contain that person. They don't want that. I've seen people go and hooded up like this with an umbrella on and go break out windows. There's not even any protesters around.
Right. Just using this as the opportune time to, be crazy. People were crazy before this protest, so you can expect the crazies to really come out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's the importance of, drawing that line between who you're calling animals.
Exactly. So as of today, when I was on, Twitter or whatnot, she was not, she had not retracted her statement. She had not apologized. I think she's kind of standing where she was at, she was like, I said what I said. I did see her going back and forth with several celebrities on Twitter. One celebrity in particular, Masika Kalisha, she was a reality star from, Love and Hip Hop LA, I believe. Okay. And they went back and forth. It was a lot of choice words in there, so I didn't choose to screenshot that particular conversation. Okay. But celebrities are trying to correct her, but she's kind of standing firm in her point as of now. So hopefully somebody can get through to her.
Well, like I said, we'll never know exactly where she was coming from, because I think once you put it out in the public, I think it's out there now, and you do have to stand by your words, retract them or whatever it is you're going to do. But like I said, we'll never really know if she doesn't, address it and go into detail.
Yeah, so we'll see. I did see a petition going around to try to get her removed from the Trina and Trick show in Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, she was really versus the whole internet right now.
I think that in that situation that deserves some type of response. And I think maybe, lack of response could mean that it is what we think, she is saying. And so, all right, sis. So, hopefully,
Yeah,
we can,
all right, well, our last thing we're going to do is play our game. I'm trying to pull up these lyrics right now, and I know you're gonna grab this. It was real easy. Okay, here it goes. You ready for it?
All right, I'm ready.
I'm not even gonna time this way. You're just gonna get it. Us about care, really, don't they? That is what to want I all. Us about care, really, don't they? That is say to want I all. Me white or black, you don't. Me kick, me do everybody. You get it?
So for any young generation members that are listening to this, I mean, like little, the little ones, I'm gonna put y'all up on game. That is Michael Jackson. They don't really care about us.
Yes.
Go listen to it.
Definitely go listen to it. So I enjoyed this episode. I know we didn't cover as much as the George Floyd as we probably could have. It's just so much going on. So we will definitely, like I said, I would definitely want to spark more conversation on our Instagram page at Headphones and Head Wraps. Please comment there and we'll continue the conversation there. And for our SoundCloud listeners, you are able to comment and share our SoundCloud. It will also be posted on Friday. Any final words?
All right. Yeah. Like she said, so much going on, you know what I'm saying? But, guys, continue to follow and keep y'all head up out there and use that protest energy to organize and empower your community locally.
Yes, ma'am. Love and light.
Love and light. Peace.